Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. It's the kind of whisper that starts in the back hallways of the clubhouse and slowly builds into a roar across social media. Could Will Smith actually be leaving the Los Angeles Dodgers? That's the word swirling around baseball circles this week, and while nothing's official, the speculation is too loud to ignore. Smith, the Dodgers' all-star catcher and a key piece of their offensive puzzle, has reportedly been having ongoing contract discussions that are, well, let's just say tense might be putting it lightly. There's talk that the front office and Smith's camp are at odds over both the length and value of a potential extension. For Dodgers fans, the idea of Smith wearing a different jersey next season feels almost blasphemous. But this is Major League Baseball, and sometimes even your most trusted guys pack their bags. Let's dig into what's being said and what it might mean for LA's championship hopes. Sources close to the organization claim that while the Dodgers would love to keep Smith long-term, they're also being calculated with their payroll. Commitments moving forward. After investing heavily in Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts, and with several rising stars coming up through the system, LA might be reevaluating how much they can spend at every position. And that's where things get interesting. Will Smith, despite being one of the most consistent offensive catchers in the game, isn't necessarily viewed as untouchable. Not because of performance, his numbers are elite, but because the Dodgers are, at their core, a forward-thinking franchise. If they feel they can get similar production from younger, cheaper talent while using Smith as a trade chip to fill other holes, don't be surprised if they pull the trigger. That's the sort of cold, calculated move that wins championships and breaks hearts. Now, before Dodgers Nation grabs the pitchforks, let's take a breath and remember, this is still very much in the rumor stage. No official trade talks have been confirmed, and Smith is under team control for a bit longer. But that's actually part of why this chatter feels so believable. Teams often look to move valuable players before they hit free agency, especially if they sense a contract extension is unlikely. And while Smith has said all the right things publicly, insiders say his camp is privately frustrated. He wants to be paid like a top 5 catcher, and frankly, he deserves it. The question is, will the Dodgers pay him like one? Or will they try to find a workaround, either by grooming someone internally or swinging a blockbuster deal that sends Smith to a contender in need of a star catcher? One team that keeps popping up in this conversation is the Chicago Cubs, who've reportedly had internal discussions about finding a long-term answer behind the plate. Smith would be a dream fit for them, a proven bat, playoff tested, and just entering his prime. In return, the Dodgers could target some of the Cubs' young pitching prospects, or even a major league ready arm to help shore up their rotation depth. Again, nothing is concrete, but these are the kinds of whispers that start to take shape around the trade deadline. Smith's value has arguably never been higher. He's healthy, productive, and still relatively affordable. If LA is thinking about making a move, now might actually be the ideal time, even if it would be an emotional gut punch for the fan base. What makes this even more intriguing is that the Dodgers have a couple of young catchers down in AAA who are knocking on the big league door. Diego Cartaya, once considered the catcher of the future, has been putting together a solid season, and the organization still believes in his long-term potential. Then there's Dalton Rushing, another highly regarded prospect who has shown flashes of elite offensive upside. If the front office sees either of them as capable of handling the role full-time within the next year or two, it changes everything. Instead of being forced into a corner with Smith's contract, they now have leverage. And that's what this might really be about, leverage. The Dodgers aren't panicking, they're planning. And part of that plan might include life after Will Smith. Still, let's not pretend this would be a seamless transition. Smith isn't just a solid player. He's a clubhouse leader. He's been through the wars with this team, from deep postseason runs to heartbreaking exits. His chemistry with the pitching staff is elite. Clayton Kershaw has praised his framing and game calling. Young arms like Bobby Miller and Gavin Stone trust him behind the plate. That kind of rapport doesn't just grow on trees, and losing that kind of veteran presence, especially in the middle of a championship window, is risky business. The Dodgers are smart, no doubt, But this wouldn't be just another roster shuffle. This would be a statement about the direction the franchise is heading. A loud, potentially controversial, and deeply emotional statement. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. The timing of this rumor is also suspicious. Why now? Why is Smith's name suddenly surfacing when the Dodgers are once again near the top of the NL standings? Some believe it's a negotiation tactic. Leak the idea of a potential departure to pressure the Dodgers into upping their offer. Others think it's more organic, that Smith's camp is genuinely exploring options, tired of waiting for the front office to make its move. Either way, the message is clear. Will Smith wants clarity about his future. He wants to feel valued. And if he doesn't get that from LA, he may be willing to look elsewhere. That's the part that really makes this story feel real. Because as much as we love to imagine baseball as loyalty and tradition, it's also a business. And right now, business is booming around Will Smith's name. Let's not forget, too, that Smith's postseason performances have made him a known commodity league-wide. He's hit in big moments, called brilliant games, and never looked overwhelmed by the October spotlight. Teams want that. Front offices crave that kind of poise under pressure. And if the Dodgers aren't going to pay for it, someone else absolutely will. It's not hard to imagine a bidding war this offseason, with teams like the Cubs, Red Sox, and possibly even the Astros circling. That kind of interest could drive Smith's price up significantly, making it even harder for LA to compete without restructuring parts of their roster. And that's the catch-22. Wait too long and the market takes control. Move too soon and you risk letting go of one of the game's best catchers. Either way, there are no easy choices here. For now, the Dodgers remain publicly quiet, brushing off questions with vague corporate lines about valuing all our players and focusing on the season. But make no mistake, behind closed doors, these conversations are happening, and they're intense. Smith's agent reportedly wants something in the neighborhood of 6 years, $120 million. That's a big number, but not unreasonable given his age, production, and defensive ability. The Dodgers have paid up before, but not always for catchers. It'll come down to whether they view Smith as a cornerstone or a luxury, and honestly, that's the debate that could define their next few seasons. Because when you're trying to build dynasties, every contract counts. Every choice has ripple effects. And this could be massive. So where does this leave us? In classic Dodgers fashion, somewhere between hopeful and terrified. Hopeful that they'll do the smart thing and lock down a franchise cornerstone. Terrified that they might decide otherwise, trusting the system and letting a fan favorite walk. Either way, the countdown has begun. The trade deadline is creeping closer, and front offices across the league are waiting to see if LA blinks. Will Smith may still be in Dodger blue today, but tomorrow, that's where the real story begins. Stay tuned, because if this rumor becomes reality, it's going to shake up the entire league. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.